things where you love from the past, but you left me with nothing.
This
And
radio
baby,
when
you
you bang,
killing my vibe.
98.3
Where I see
News.
Good evening and welcome. That is time for the Prime News at 5. Now to the headlines. The School of Communication and Media Studies in the University of Education, Winneba, organizes a 2-day workshop for the staff. And to us, other stories deal with external creditors marks major turning point for economy, finance minister. And to some international stories, Kenya court leader Paul Mackenzie faces terror charges over mass death. My name is Nana Ama Nyameke Baini. Now to the news in detail. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo attended the 2024 edition of World Economic Forum annual meetings on Monday, January 15, 2024, as forum takes place from Tuesday, January 16 to Friday, January 19th. This attendance was upon the invitation of the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, Professor Klaus Schwab. The Davos meeting has evolved in an iconic global forum that brings together world leaders in politics, business, finance, and academia to deliberate on matters affecting the global community. After the Davos event in Switzerland, the president is scheduled to depart for Kampala, Uganda, to participate in the 2024 Conference of Non-Aligned Movement held under the theme Deepening Cooperation for Shared Global Affluence. The non-aligned movement has its origin from what has been referred to as first large-scale assigned African or Afro-assigned conference held on 18th to 24th April 1995. It is popularly known as the Bandung Conference, taking on the name of the city where it was held, Bandung, Indonesia. The conference was attended by delegations from 29 governments, mostly from Asia, owing to the fact that most of present-day African states were still under colonial control. Upon leaving Uganda, President Akufo-Addo will then attend swearing ceremony of the president-elect of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai, in Monrovia, Liberia. The president was accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Shirley Ayokobochi, the Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, and officials from the Foreign Ministry and Presidency. The President will return to Ghana on Monday, January 22nd, 2024, and in his absence, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, shall, in accordance with Article 60, Section 8 of the Constitution, act in his stead. Now to other story. The Minister of Communications and Digitization, Esther Owusu, has charged the National Communications Authority to create room for global competition. She stated that the NCA and other authorities must take the time to reflect and regroup in order to identify new opportunities for growth. According to the minister, the NCA must stay alert and focused in order to effectively respond to the changing trends of disruptive technologies. She explained her confidence in the strategies that have been put in place to ensure that Ghana remains competitive in the global communications market, and that all stakeholders must be engaged in the process of implementing regulatory interventions. Speaking at the launch of the 5-year strategic plan, Esther Owusu Ekufo encouraged the NCA to remain flexible and adaptable while keeping the objectives of the strategies in mind. The 5-year strategic plan, which covers the period from 2024 to 2028, is focused on promoting accelerated digital transformation and industry growth through the efficient and effective management of radio frequency spectrum resources. Now, according to the NCA, the plan will facilitate the rollout of the latest generation of mobile technologies and services and promote their use by various sectors of the economy. The National Road Safety Authority has announced plans to utilize technology for road management and safety enforcement throughout the country. Speaking in an interview, the Director General of NRSA, David Osafo-Adonten, attributed the consistent reduction in road crashes over the last three years to their various campaigns aimed at sensitizing the public on road safety. Mr. Adonten explained the electronic means would be used to detect road users, especially drivers who violate traffic laws. Subsequently, the NRSA Director General emphasized that tickets and notices would be issued to drivers and individuals who flout road traffic laws, stating that they would be required to pay penalties or fines. Mr. Adonten highlighted the authorities' reliance on technology to maintain order in major roads across the country. Meanwhile, the Ghana Police has rolled out an automated system to enhance the safety of drivers and enforce adherence to road traffic regulations. Now to some business stories. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has described the debt restructuring deal with external creditors as a major turning point for the economy. According to him, this should help Ghana fast-track the process of reduce its debt to sustainable levels. Mr. Ofori-Atta explains that the agreement with the official creditors on the terms of restructuring Ghana's debt did not come easy, but praised the work done by officials of the Finance Ministry, the government, and the cooperation of the creditors in reaching this agreement. This, he believes, shows that all the partners are committed to helping Ghana in restoring debt sustainability in line with the IMF's program's target. Now to some international stories. A suspected Kenyan cult leader is to be charged with murder and terrorism over the deaths of more than 400 people found in mass graves, prosecutors say. Paul Mackenzie was arrested in April after the discovery of hundreds of bodies, some of whom were said to have starved themselves to death. Kenyan prosecutors say that he and 94 others will be charged in court in Malindi on Wednesday. The self-proclaimed pastor has denied responsibility for the death. The bodies of the 429 people, including children, have been dug up from gravesite in Shakahola, a remote forest about 2 hours drive west of Malindi. Most showed signs of starvation, but some children among them may have been assaulted. Iran's Revolutionary Guard said that they struck what they claimed were in Israeli spy headquarters in Iraq's semi-autonomous Kurdistan region. Four civilians were killed and 6 hurt in the attack. Local authorities said Iraq recalled its ambassador from Tehran, condemning the strike as blatant violation of sovereignty. There has been no comment from Israel. The Revolutionary Guards also said they carried out missile strikes on terrorist bases in Syria in response to a recent suicide bombing in Iran claimed by the Islamic State. In a separate development earlier this morning, Kadesh counter-terrorism forces said they had shot 3 armed drones flying over Ibil's airport, where U.S. and international forces are stationed. Reuters news agency reported there was no immediate claim, but an umbrella group of Iran-backed militias known as Islamic Resistance in Iraq has said it was behind similar attack. Here ends the news at 5 here on Radio Windy Bay 98.3 FM. But before, let's take a recap of the headlines. The School of Communication and Media Studies in the University of Education, Winneba, organizes a 2-day workshop for the staffs. And to some international news, Kenya court leader Paul Mackenzie faces terror charges over mass death. My name is Nana Ama Nyameke Baini. Have a good evening and thank you for doing the listening.
She's just a girl and she's on fire.
Ladies, it's time to shine. It's all about women empowerment. Tune into our new program, The Ladies Corner, where we talk about issues affecting young ladies, about life, education, relationships, and many more.